Hey y'all, we are at the house. Now I had some technical difficulties with the last video and ended up, anyway, we're just going to do a separate haul video because that's what's gotta happen at this point. Some of the stuff in the video previously from the Goodwill bins, some of the pieces I grabbed at the beginning we ended up putting back. So this is everything that we actually grabbed / purchased. Some of this you've seen, some of this you have not seen. These boots, we'll start over here, are actually not going up for sale. I am going to keep these, I believe. I just like them. Oh, I just seen that. Darn it all. That sucks really bad, but I wasn't planning on selling them anyway, and I needed them for this piece. The tennis shoes that I have are not waterproof at all, so my feet get wet when I wear them, and my duck boots that I had from my mom finally just wore too thin. So I'm either wearing sneakers to get my feet wet, or I'm wearing big, clonkin', heavy, super huge Keegan hand-me-down winter boots that are just too much when I'm just going to thrift stores. So I actually got these for myself, so I guess it sucks that that's there, but it doesn't really matter all that much because I'm just using them to keep my feet dry. And I mean, they are cute, so whatevs. This piece you did see us grab. It just fascinated me that I knew it was vintage. It is a snapback. But this 2411 of 5,000, I've never seen a hat that was numbered before. We did find a sold comp for $22 plus shipping. It's $2 at Goodwill. We paid like next to nothing for it. I don't know exactly how much, but pretty freaking cheap. So if we get $22 out of this hat, like the comp that we found, it would cover every single thing we purchased in this entire haul video. We spent a grand total of $21.49 on everything. This you actually seen in the video when we found it at the Goodwill bins. I think he said it was 1970 something. 1973. Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. Now this was the circus that came to town when I was a kid. I'm not a big fan of how the circus is run nowadays after running an animal rescue for a decade, but I can still appreciate the nostalgia. I will always appreciate the nostalgia. And everyone likes clowns. I don't specifically know what this is worth. We haven't looked it up yet, but it's just so freaking neat. Can't beat the nostalgia of a circus, especially when you grew up in the 80s and 90s. This you also seen that we meaning Richard, pulled out of a bin. It's in perfect condition, which is rare. Had to wait for my dog to quit drinking water. Anywho, this is probably not worth a ton of money, but again, when you're paying next to nothing for stuff at the bins, it will likely hang around until closer to Halloween this year. But that's okay. We have a ton of stuff we can list in the meantime, so not a big deal if this kind of just hangs around for a minute. Last time you seen these, they were attached to a weird fishing hat, which was also really cool, don't get me wrong. But I couldn't really sell all, I guess I could have sold it all together, but it would have been kind of a hodgepodge. When you're selling things online, it's usually because people are either Googling it or specifically looking up something on the search bar. So to put the fishing hat with the vintage pins, I don't know. I just feel like it would have been harder for somebody to locate the whole thing as a lot. So I ended up taking these 4 buttons off. To me, they were the most intriguing. This one I also think, was it this one? I think it was March something. It is March something. Now I can't read it though because I'm blind. Well, when I stick it up close to my face, it says Hallmark Cards Inc. So that's kind of cool. Vintage Hallmark Cards Merry Christmas pin. Vintage Detroit Tigers pin that's in pretty good condition. Like it. This one I tried to look up and did not have much luck at all, so I don't know. But that one I thought was pretty cool. And this one I couldn't find the specific one, But I did find some that were similar, and they were selling around $5 to $10 each. So you gotta think I paid cents for these. I saw one for, oh, it was $9. The one I found that was sold, was it this one? I think it was this one. It was $9. So if I saw one for $9, heck yeah. Some entertainment. Silence of the Lambs. Gotta love Jodie Foster. We do sell VHS tapes in our antique booth for $1 a piece. If they're free or super cheap, like at the Goodwill Bins, they're worth for me to pick up. I'm just going to tag it up for $1, stick it in the booth. I've already sold one yesterday from the ones that we tagged up and dropped off the other day that we got out of the squatter house. One of those has already sold, so that. We got a little Michael Bolton. Yeah, exactly. Can't go wrong with Michael Bolton. And some Matchbox 20. These, again, both will probably get tagged up for the antique booth. And then we got some Johnny Cash's Greatest Hits Volume 1. I don't know what I'm doing with that. Probably putting it with our cassette tape hoard for the moment. We have not moved cassette tapes yet to the booth. I don't know why. Oh, the puppet. Because I am a sucker. And I just seen that. I don't think that that is supposed to be there, which sucks. Or is it? Maybe it is supposed to be there. No, it's definitely not supposed to be there. And there's a little bit of staining going on there too. But it is a Harry Potter owl puppet. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I can spot clean it or attempt to spot clean it. I got a couple other things I got to spot clean too. So there's that. We got this Harley Davidson motorcycles helmet dust cover in pretty good condition. Rich looked these up and they were selling anywhere between $10 and $20 with free shipping. But this literally weighs like nothing, so I'm okay with the free shipping thing. Probably list it for same, like $15 with free shipping. Not too bad there. This, I do believe, is a Red Wings hockey squid hat, like a souvenir type ordeal, and it's in good shape. These, again, I did look this up. I cannot specifically remember what they were selling for, but I believe somewhere between 10 and 20 bucks. This also will likely get tagged up and put in our antique booth. It is just a vintage stuffed animal, probably from early 60s, I would assume. My mom has some very similar stuffed animals, or she at least did for a long time when I was a kid, that looked very similar to this, from like late 60s, early 70s, I'm assuming. Maybe early 60s. Mom! When did you get the stuffed animals that you had that looked like this, that I remember from when I was a kid? She watches our videos. Hopefully she can tell me when that stuffed animal is from. We got another Little Tykes vintage truck. I did look this up as well, and I believe it was selling right around $20. Just needs to be cleaned up a bit. There's some scuffs and marks and dust and whatnots. But yeah, cleaning it up, not a big deal, and it should sell right around $20 plus the cost of shipping. This hat is awesome. And the funny part is I probably wouldn't have even looked twice at it. It's got pom-poms. It's got dangly pom-poms. I probably wouldn't have even looked twice at it, but I just happened to catch a glance of the tag, and it says Jacqueline Smith, and it just flashed in my head because I absolutely love the movie Sweet Home Alabama. I like zoned out for a second there. Sorry, Keegan just came in and was trying to say something to me, but I remember one of the characters on Sweet Home Alabama making some reference to this designer. And I wasn't exactly, I've never heard of it, but yeah, Jacqueline Smith. This probably about $18, $18 to $25, I'd say. Another Afghan. I love Afghans. I need to list a bunch of them. I have a giant pile. They're not as easy to photograph and put online because you actually have to spread them out, and it's a whole thing. You gotta measure them, and Yeah, so I have a whole pile of these that I need to get listed. That one's probably only worth about 18 bucks, but you know, when you get it from the bins, who cares? This giant freaking thing is a designer bag. Adrian Vittadini? We'll go with that. I did look that up, and it is huge. It's a big duffel bag. And, they're kind of going all over the place, but I should be probably in the $30 to $50 range on that piece, so I think I did pretty swell. Also got this bag, which looks more vintage than I think it actually is, because it is padded inside for a laptop. So it's like a messenger bag with a laptop sleeve. I'm guessing probably 20 to 25 on that piece. I can't find any actual designer on it, so I don't even know who makes it. But just because of its look, its appeal, I'm going to say $20 to $25 on that piece. Kind of the same with this piece. This one might be a little more vintage. It seems to be with the zippers, but it does not have any manufacturer's name. It is also a backpack, which seems to sell well. So, probably same, like 20, 25. Sportsing friends. If I have any sportsing friends that watch this video, Umbro is obviously some sort of sportsing apparel type something or other, and I'm assuming this is some sort of sportsing type backpack. It's got backpack stuff attached to it. And I'm assuming it holds some sort of sportsing gear. Maybe a basketball. I don't really know. If any of you know, please let me know. I can't specifically find this bag, but all the Umbro bags I could locate were going for a lot of money, so I got it anyway. Keegan is not liking the bear.
It was freaking terrifying, bro. Imagine claws and, like, feet things. Talons.
Talons, yeah.
Fangos.
From, like, Five Nights at Freddy. Yes,
yeah.
Indeed. And last, but I think this is it. Last but not least, probably our best score from the bins is this The North Face backpack. It is a Recon, and I looked this up. Used in good condition, that was selling for about 50 bucks. We scored big on that one. And that is everything that we received from the bins today. I am going to get the rest of my stuff done, so I'll see you guys later.
That bear is terrifying.
The bear is not terrifying.